where we were off before. Time has stopped, and you hear Aurelius behind you. And he just said, I wish it didn't have to. It shouldn't end like this. And
what should it end?
Well, Aurelius walks beside you. It's like, this, unfortunately, is how you were supposed to meet your end. But I like you. And I don't want it to be this anticlimactic. You've done so much cool shit in your life. And a car hits you? That's not correct. Granted, it's a flaming car. Wish it was a cooler model. But I can offer you a choice. You can die right here, getting crushed by a car. Well, you probably won't die. It'll hurt. Might need to get a new arm or a leg. Or both. Or all four. I don't know. You could be a cool robot cyborg guy. Or I can give you a nudge.
What's a nudge?
Quite literally just that. I just nudge you out of the way.
And that's it?
You'll owe me something to be repaid at a later date.
I can't know what I owe you. Is it just a favor that you're going to call at some point?
I can say whatever this favor will be will definitely benefit me, but it can have a side effect where it'll benefit you greatly at the cost of having to leave reality.
Leave reality?
Yes.
I go back to the same stance that I was in, and I just look up at the car. And I say, I'll take the car.
Collective gasp.
Right?
Your choice.
Expandable shield open.
No. That would count as a nudge.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, there will be a side benefit to you. Because when you leave this reality, but you can come to mine. The downside being, because it's not much of a benefit to me, you will have to leave your friends behind if I call that favor. Eventually you can see them again. Because, as I mentioned before, don't think so linearly.
And I'm the only one who gets injured by this car.
I mean, your friends will get hurt a little bit too.
But
I can just make it to that way you are hurt the same amount as them and not the full extent as that. I can't tell you I can't tell you directly if it'll kill you or not. It's going to hurt. Guarantee that much. Getting hit by a car is not fun from what I understand.
You're telling me you can see how I die?
Yes.
So it'll shift if you nudge me.
Yes. And I'll see this new path that eventually will end with me calling you in for this favor. Now, when I call it in, could be on your actual deathbed, could be tomorrow, could be after you. Well, I don't want to tell you that, but. Short call.
Okay.
You'll do it?
I'll do it.
All right. He flicks the air and you slide back like 7 feet. Nudge given. And then everything comes right back. The car lands right where you were and like skids to a little bit of a stop. And then everyone just take like a point of endurance damage.
Do we, from our perspective, did he disappear and like move a few feet back, or was he just always back there?
He was just always back there from your perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we would notice anything.
You have no idea that any of that happened.
More focused on the giant flaming car.
I am.
Well, but if we were all running
severely
together
regretting
and
that
he
decision
was
right
right
now.
next to, like, would we freak out? Like, oh my god, it just fell on you.
Do you think you would have survived?
Yeah, he alluded to it. I'm really regretting my decision. That's okay. That's a character thing. That's a
Yes,
character
you'll
thing.
Suffer through that. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Emotional damage.
the car just kind of stops right in front of you. But I mean, like I said, you take that little itty bit of damage. To this point behind you, you actually hear the glass shatter from up above, and the big hulking thing is now even larger and more hulking and kind of losing its form. It's getting real blobby.
Ew.
Is now kind of shimming its way. Like the tentacles are coming out and like hitting the wall. It's like kind of like the thing. Not the thing. The Blob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The remake Blob.
Would you say it undulates?
Yes. It ripples.
The
I don't like this.
descriptors.
Let's run. There's flaming cars. There's big blobs of block.
Can you throw a
One of
grenade?
those character sheets, please. I seem to see something on there. Any of them doesn't need to be blank. I just need something with the stat sides on it. You guys can still keep running though. Like you just heard it kind of happening.
Is it like crawling down the side of the building?
No, it just fell out and like landed
okay.
60 stories down. It was a really disgusting plopping sound it made. But it was like mutating as it was falling.
Gotcha.
From the damage you guys dealt to it.
Eat that.
Not great.
Caelin, give yourself 1 point of luck.
Oh.
That'll come in handy.
I don't know what that does, but we'll figure it out. As the time goes. It's just the one that makes the most sense for now.
Yeah.
So this thing, like I said, it's tentacling its way towards you guys. It's all disgusting and gross. So it's chasing you. But you guys are faster than it now because it doesn't have legs. So, but you guys
Horrifying.
are able to make it. I mean, more stuff is just exploding all over the place. And you guys make it to the Orca. HK and Vasquez have gotten everyone kind of jammed into the car, which your cargo bay is still pretty big. It's there for 13 tons of cargo, so it's still plenty roomy. The kids are all clambering on top of the low berth that's in there where Andy is. And they're just kind of looking at the, frozen bug that you have on your ship.
Oh, yeah.
And as you guys are getting your landing stuff ready to go and all of that, an alert starts going off at the door, where your like regular entrance to the ship is. And it's the thing. It managed to catch up to because you guys had to make sure everyone was like, holding on to something for a really shaky takeoff. And anyone that looks down because of your open air ship, you can actually see a tentacle kind of flailing in there,
No, it took God in.
trying to get in there.
We shut the
but-
door on the tentacle.
Well, Trevor, because it's trying to get in, like its head's in there.
Oh.
At least what little of its head. But Trevor kind of hops down from the bridge to it, and he pulls out a dagger. It looks kind of like a sword he was using, just obviously much smaller. And he looks at it and goes, "Some motherfuckers are always trying to skate uphill." He throws the dagger at the thing's head, and it's just enough of an impact on it that the head kind of reels back, and then the door slams on the tentacle and the airlock, and then the other door closes, and then there's just a tentacle flopping for a little bit in there. Which now have a real nice sample, though.
You got a sample.
Yeah.
down
Andy
there.
gets a roommate.
Freezing. Also getting.
So
Maybe we
like,
can make some
spray.
soup out of it.
you. It's like that
This is
anime
not
my friend
delicious
showed
in
me.
Dungeon.
Yes. My friend showed me that when she was here a couple weeks ago. Who would like to make the pilot check to get out of here?
Me.
We all could.
Okay. Dex and pilot, please.
Seven.
Really?
Because I have 0 in pilot and 0 in dex.
Okay.
You have
That's
zero
enough.
decks. I didn't know that.
I didn't realize you didn't have anything in Dex. I thought your Dex was like 10.
That's her
No,
strength.
that's my endurance.
Oh.
I'm
Oh.
strengthy.
Okay. That's enough. I'm not going to.
What's your pilot?
I'm literally not going to have this cool dramatic moment and you guys just die on an exploding planet. That would be
We just
so
crash.
horrible.
Yeah, I've got spacecraft too.
Um,
I'm
Oh,
small
well,
craft one.
You should probably pilot.
So
I can navigate. That's what I get.
you guys make it off.
No, you're fine.
You feel like the ship's a little heavier because the thing was trying to like wrap around it, but then it falls off the ship. And it gets caught in like a fireball or whatever, and then you see the rest of the city just kind of exploding all over the place, and then you guys are able to get out in time. And now everything is kind of cooling down. As far as you can tell, Aurelius did not tell you couldn't say you made a deal with an extraplanar entity. But it's up to you if you want to tell your crewmates about that.
No, I don't say anything.
I was gonna say, since we're in the bridge together, I've noticed that Commander has been very quiet and a little.
Well, that's up to him. If he wants to, if you want to give the face of being reserved, you can do that.
Well,
or
I think because it's bothering me so much right now, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Some brooding. I like that.
Yes, you're brooding. All like,
So I just want to make you're all right, Commander.
Yeah, I just need a glass of water.
It's getting dehydrated.
I got you.
Yeah.
Autopilot gets a glass of water.
Wow, thank you.
Where are we heading? Back to the previous parsec?
Yeah, the naval base would be the closest place to go. They'd be able to
Okay.
probably take care of all these refugees, basically. So none of them were biotech employees. And when you plug the hard drives in to the ship, they're super duper encrypted. So it's going to take a little bit of time to open those up, but they'll be able to. I'm not going to make you roll for that. It just takes time.
Duper.
Yes, super duper encrypted.
Super D duper.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to set some ground
That's
rules. I saw you with
extra.
Andy. The medic bay lab is off limits. Please stop going in there, children.
Kids run around with hypodermic needles.
Syringes
In
are not
space with all of
toys.
these people.
Yeah, you guys are in jump space now for the week. AI Fieri makes just a lot of soup.
Tentacle soup?
I want
Not tentacle
no.
I take the tentacle up with me to my room where
No,
all
it is
the
frozen in the
Thank
berth.
you. Thank you.
and that also wasn't where I was going.
Yeah, but you know what?
It reminded me of that scene in Tremors, like when they got the one little mouth thing and he's like making like the $5 for like photos with it. you
Yeah,
know?
that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna like have a girls' night.
We do
In
not
my
trust
room.
this.
No,
This-
nope,
These
not
are
with
at
the
all.
tentacle.
Not happening.
corrupted cells. We do not trust them off the frozen.
For so many different reasons.
Honestly, I'd rather you take one of Andy's legs. He's already missed out. You can take another leg off Andy.
Okay, I'm gonna take a leg off of Andy
God.
because I just want to have something cool in my room to show all the people
No,
who want
honestly,
to have a
you
girls'
entertain
night.
the masses. It's fine. I'm holding up in the lab.
What would anyone else like to do?
I want to talk to Trevor.
So
Over a cup of coffee.
So
sure.
once everything's like in jump space and all that stuff's taken care of, Trevor's mask finally, like the helmet finally like fully retracts down. And somehow, you don't know how this happened, or how this even worked. He has just this enormous amount of hair. Like that was somehow stuffed under that helmet. It's about shoulder length.
Oh.
It is really thick
Oh.
and like wavy.
And we just fought a monster. Probably
It's like
stinks.
Fabio.
Not like Fabio.
Okay.
It's much thicker than Fabio's hair.
Okay. Wow.
So, but it's shoulder length hair. Like I said, it looks like it's in okay shape though. Like,
I've gotta
a few
get him
split
one of
ends.
those. I'll hand him a cup of coffee.
He takes it. So thanks.
Thank you for all the help.
He downs the whole thing in one shot.
Oh,
and,
Lord.
He,
Up the door.
he shoots
I'll
a
take
cup
a
of
small
coffee.
sip of mine.
Yeah. Like, cool.
We probably wouldn't have made it out without you.
I wouldn't have made it out with you guys either. Like that was way more than one person could have handled.
Since we helped each other out, maybe we can come to an arrangement where you can tell us a little more about what's going on.
I mean, it's the same boat that the whole galaxy is in. I mean, there's these, what just happened there is happening everywhere. The explosions are new. I haven't been on one
for us too.
haven't been on a city that's blown up on its own accord yet.
You are an operative.
Yes,
Was your mission to rescue people?
it has been. Yes, I'm using my abilities.
Which are?
Isn't it obvious? And he reaches over to like a spoon or whatever, like a bowl or whatever, and it just goes and just flies into his hand.
Did he bend the spoon?
That's what I was literally about to ask.
He does start spinning it like in his fingers, and he just kind of throws it back. You know, not throws it, but like it goes back telekinetically. It's like I'm psionic.
Huh.
Was the full scope of your mission just rescuing, or anything beyond that?
That's mainly what I've been doing. That's what our president, I guess, for lack of better terms, has kind of been sending us out on these solo missions. We're typically skilled enough to handle these, but that spiraled out of control when we got to that big building.
Yeah.
Well, we're sorry about your ship.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but you know, I can always get a new one.
I imagine someone of your expertise and resources has a lot of information. We are willing to, maybe trade information on some of the things that we know. Maybe you can tell us some of the things you know. We would love, and me personally, I'd love to get my hands on one of those suits. That's really cool.
It won't do much if you wear it.
Oh, it's a psionic.
Psionic. Womp womp.
Same with the sword. It's all. And that dagger, but that dagger's gone.
Speaking of your sword,
Yes.
you're really good with that thing. Would you like to train with me a little bit?
A sparring partner?
Yes, while on the way to the naval base.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay. Well, welcome aboard, man. This is great.
I'll call next.
Every time you guys have a sparring session, there's always an audience watching you guys because you're both. I mean, what's your melee blade? Like 2?
No, 2.
Yeah, so you both are really good at it. So.
Cool.
I'm taking notes, trying to get my 0 up to 1.
Everyone's up to 6 extra XP. We'll just say that for now.
6 extra on
So
top
we're
of
at
our
12?
On top of
6?
our current
Yes.
6.
Yep.
And remind me again how we can spend those.
I believe I said it was 3 times whatever rank you were going into.
Okay.
So
So Trevor, current objective is to bring these survivors to safety.
right.
Then after that, once we drop them off at the naval base, we could take you wherever you need to go.
Well, if you guys want an extra hand, I can just go with you into the syndicate territory.
I look over at the crew.
That did cross my mind. He lost his ship, but
Did we tell him we were going into syndicate territory?
it's the obvious place that we were headed, probably.
I'm just making sure.
But to answer your question, no, none of you told him.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't tell him that.
We did
How
not.
did you know that's what we were doing?
Surface thoughts.
You son of a.
It's not,
Oh,
I wasn't
no.
probing. It's just, it was a thought that it's the red was coming in. Made sense. A dark red, a crimson red. So
I was going to say, I apologize for the general snark that you might encounter in my head.
I specifically trained myself to not see words, just flashes of imagery. So, because when it's words, those people go insane.
So now he just sees the middle finger constantly.
A lot of the times.
Richie just sees a glass of water all the time.
I try my best not to do it, but it is a thing that it just kind of flows in, especially when the helmet's not on.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's actually not fun being able to decipher people's
Yeah.
thoughts. It's actually horrible when I can't turn it off willingly.
That makes sense.
Well, if the crew's okay with it, you're
Yeah.
absolutely welcome to join.
Sounds
We
good to me.
appreciate the help.
No, it would be
will.
invaluable in battle.
Yeah, I'm more than willing to tag along for the ride here. And then he pushes a thing on his chest, and then the rest of the armor kind of goes into like a little like square that he pulls off of his chest and just puts in his pocket.
Whoa.
Though what's weird though is when the armor comes off, what he's wearing underneath it is very similar to what the armor looked like,
Of course.
Oh.
just made out of like fabric.
It's like taking off the sunglasses and there's
There's
still
another
sunglasses.
It's exactly what it's like.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, I'll just bunk in the because you guys actually are out of rooms because Vasquez took the last one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'll just take a cot in the cargo bay. I'm fine with that.
Or Vasquez
Losing
can room
space.
with me. And he can have Vasquez's
That's up
room.
to Vasquez.
True.
She likes me more. She got me the suit.
She gave me her gun.
If you want to romance Vasquez,
Yeah.
I already have.
I can
Robbie
Mass
in my
Effect
room.
this. It's fine.
Do you want to fight for her?
Whose brain is going to explode?
Wait. What about Rob?
I mean, he's not here right now.
Valid.
Vasquez is more than willing to bunk with you.
Okay.
But
Oh no,
not-
it's a crush, but not a romantic crush.
Yeah, no, she's gonna have her own bed in
Oh, yeah.
there.
But there's only one bed.
You have spares. She's gonna put her own bed in there, and then Trevor will just take the room. Then,
Yeah, that's fine.
He's like, yeah, I guess when we get to this naval place, I'm gonna buy some more clothes. All of my shit was on that ship. This is the only change of clothes I have.
Oh.
I mean, there's like some like generic like stuff, but clearly he has a style that he prefers. So, you guys make it back to the naval base. You let all the refugees off, and the Navy's gonna take care of them. Trevor does not. He slinks out pretty quickly. He goes to the more civilian side of things, and he comes back with some stuff.
Does he look like he's avoiding the naval presence?
Yes.
Okay.
And comes back with some, stuff he can wear. That's more his size. He's been wearing shirts that are just a little too small, but not like in a her kind of way, like a crop top kind of way.
Oh, fun.
Did he have a lot of stuff?
No, he just brought a few bags of like clothes.
He went shopping without us.
He got 7 different outfits basically.
Well, while he comes in, I'm going to walk in and make sure no one's around. Just be like, hey, can I help you with those? Can I help
If you
you bring
want,
them?
he hands you a
Perfect.
H&M bag.
Okay.
H&M survives in the distant future.
Future H&M. As I walk
Space
into his
H&M.
room, I make sure to talk in a lower voice, but I ask him, like, as a psionic, do you know of any beings that can stop or pause reality?
I mean, some psionics that are like really powerful can, but I mean, not for very long typically. It's usually just for like 30 seconds, but I mean, it only affects them usually, but it's more like, without having experienced it, it's more kind of like you're just moving faster than everything else. But yeah, to stop reality, no, not even Arden can do that.
Okay. Well, all right. Thanks. Why?
Yeah.
Well, like you said, there are some psionics that can do it, and I just would like to, see it in person. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's more like a haste effect, like where they're just kind of moving really, really quickly. So it feels like time has stopped, but they just kind of turn into like a little blurriness, and they just kind of like, they just move really fast.
Wow, that's cool.
Only a hand, I can't do that. My stuff is more towards fighting. That was what I trained to be.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining the crew, and hope you find your quarters comfortable.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit bigger than the ones I had in the Far Trader, so that's very nice. Thank you guys for letting me tag along and take the syndicate down the rest of the way.
Dude, of
That's right.
course. More friends.
Yeah, new faces.
We can get to know you over a meal. Maybe AI Fieri prepared us something now that the refugees are gone. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to hear what what he's
Sort of
got
an
going.
evening feast, perhaps.
Yeah.
With Trevor for the first time.
And you guys will actually have quite a bit of time because when you jump to you leave here.
It's 2 weeks.
Before we jump into
Jump space.
jump space, I send all the selfies that I was taking while we were fighting to Raoul, especially of the one where I'm hanging off the building.
Okay. He gives a heart react to all of them.
I love it.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm glad
That's
we actually
enough.
survived thousands of years
Yeah.
in the future.
All right. So here's what we've got for the role play dinner. So here are our choices. But there's always the vegetarian option. Remember, there's
Yes,
always been a
always.
vegetarian
It always
option.
has.
Yeah, that's so thoughtful.
Now, some of this stuff does like repeat because I have no idea why. But so the appetizer choices you have, or you can do the mix of both like you've been doing. You have a choice between crispy calamari rings
Ooh.
or avocado and corn salsa, which I assume is just guacamole and salsa mixed together.
Yeah.
More
Yeah, that
so
sounds
guacamole, I think is what that is.
Extra
With-
chunky with
yeah,
corn
extra
in it.
in
chunky
there.
guac.
I didn't
Then-
remember eating corn.
Then for your actually, funnily enough, both options are pescatarian. You have barbecue glazed salmon
Okay.
or a portobello mushroom steak, which you can get with either a salad or asparagus.
Okay.
And then your desserts are a chocolate lava cake or lemon sorbet.
Oh, my god.
Lemon sorbet.
Sorbet.
Yeah, all day.
I was gonna say
Sorbet all day.
The chocolate
lava cake.
I'm like, lemon sorbet is fine as a palate
guys-
cleanser
Oh.
between courses.
I'm
Come
the
on.
tiebreaker, I guess. It's going to be lava cake. But
Oh.
Well, that's why we have
so-
options.
That's why we have options.
yeah, you guys get to pick your own desserts.
But no, Trevor, tell us about your world you're from. Is it a lush planet? Is it a barren wasteland? It seems like they have a lot of things.
It's a bit of both. I mean, it's like any planet. We have different biomes. Don't get many visitors. Our planet's really hard to get to. It's basically kind of outside the galaxy. The system is. The quickest way to take there is a wormhole network to take to get there. Which you have to know where those wormholes are. They only exist for brief periods of time. So they're relatively stable. We've only had one set of visitors. Funnily enough, it was a different crew of people off on an adventure. They used our planet to stage their own, with permission, because they were unknowingly followed. It was a guy. His name was Edwin, I think. He was a noble. He had a planet named Second Idaho.
Creative.
He had a brother who hated him because he got a different, less desirable planet.
Less desirable.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Less desirable than second Idaho. Idaho.
Second Wyoming.
I forget what that one was, but Edwin's brother got killed. A fella named I can't remember his name suddenly, but it's okay. There was an interesting bunch of them. There was a married doctor couple. There was a wife and a wife. One of them was named Pongoon, I think. I forget what the other one's name was. The other one was his name was Faxma. His last name was Sheen.
Interesting.
And then one of the people was killed trying to fly a ship out. I can't remember his name, but he tried to fly a ship away. It had a bomb on it. Then it exploded while he was like trying to escape. He got caught in the shock wave and landed on the ground and died.
Good Lord.
They stayed for a while. A couple of them actually stayed to train for a little while. Then they left. I've never seen them since, so I don't know what happened to them.
Sounds like it may have been a long time since you've been home then, if it's that difficult to get to.
It's been about 5 years.
And was your ship of make from your origin planet?
Nah, that was just off the rack free trader or far trader.
That makes me feel better that it was destroyed then.
Yeah, it was just a normal everyday ship. You can find those at any place, but
Any old space lows.
more or less, it is the most common ship in the galaxy for free traders and far traders.
Well, I guess that would be like a car dealership. I don't know. That's fine.
Space Mazda.
Yeah, a spaced Audi.
Oh, an Audi space out.
Fancy trader.
So
Free trader. Far trader. Fancy
But no,
trader.
I'm sure you might have questions for us too. I mean, we are a motley crew.
I noticed you guys, your ship is nice. It's unique.
We found it.
That doesn't shock me.
This guy.
Say what you really feel about the look of our ship.
I like it. I mean, I'm sure it looked worse.
I like it. I said it with pride.
I mean, I would have loved to have seen what it looked like before you had it refurbished.
The smell was
Oh yeah,
something.
it was pretty bad.
But honestly, it wasn't that different. It just wasn't sparkly blue.
It did have a zombie.
I do like the outside. Oh, so you've been in this for a little while then.
Oh yes, we've been in,
I would-
and there's more to be found. I don't know, Captain. Have you checked the defragmenting drive in a while?
Not yet, but I'm doing that tonight.
Oh yes, I
This
forgot
ship
about that.
holds many secrets.
That'd explain why it probably got spared then. By the way, I forgot to tell you my last name. My last name is Vettner. It's Trevor Vettner. is my
Trevor
name.
Vettner, my man.
Well, Trevor, it's definitely a pleasure to have you aboard.
Hopefully, I can make myself more useful again.
You've proven to be useful so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can help each other.
Hopefully. In any event, I'm going to retire now for a little bit. So thank you, AI Fieri, for the meal. It's interesting having an AI ship chef. So, but yeah, so basically how the jump space thing is going to work, you stop at the gas giant, the same system. When you go by the planet, you scoop up the fuel. And while you're cruising around because you got nothing else to do while the fuel processes, you can fly by the planet again. And yeah, the city is just burning and it's spreading away from the city to like the outside of it. There's only the one city on the planet, but the city is scorching itself because the planet is scorching.
Did we ever find the rest of the military presence that was there?
No.
Okay.
Though HK did keep the laser carbine.
Thought he would.
That'll come in handy.
I was like, we're not getting it from him.
No. He'll let you look at it, but it doesn't leave his hands.
I guess I can ask HK because I was curious about this. He plugs the weapon into him to charge it. Does that deplete his personal energy?
It does.
Okay.
So he's on the ship. He's able to plug into the ship power, and he recharges himself in the carbine. He only did it because the carbine was empty.
Sure.
Now that he's on the vessel, he somehow procured some extra magazines for it.
Of course he did.
Which you're not sure how he did it, and you probably don't want to
Wanna
know how he did
not,
it.
Nope. You know what? He just has it. That's all we know.
fine.
That's all we care about.
So he's got that, and he kind of has like a little charging spot that he kind of fabricated.
Cool.
So that is where you realize now how some more subroutines probably opened up, and he has the ability to fabricate. He can create things, but they are related to weapons.
Of course they are.
Um,
He's nothing if not consistent.
you ask him to make a teddy bear, he's not going to know what to do. But you ask him to make a knife or a gun, he'll be able to do that.
Can I ask him to make a teddy bear shaped bomb?
I can make a bomb that you can put in a teddy bear.
No, I don't want to do that.
I was-
I just wanted to test the limits of your creativity.
I also say, let's go. I have no problem with you making that. Let's wait to drop off the children.
You're
They're
already
gone.
We already
They're
did.
gone.
Oh, we did. We did.
Yes.
Okay.
My God.
I mean, he can like carve one out of like plastic explosive or something like that for
yeah,
you. You just see him standing there whittling.
I do feel like HK may have some, I don't know, like chalk drawings on him or something, some remnants.
Oh,
of the
yeah.
children
those,
who
like,
were clambering
stickers.
all over
Yeah,
him.
no, there's
Friendship
some.
bracelet. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some doodles. Yeah, no, he's got some stuff on there.
I love it.
No, definitely. He's clear coated over some of the doodles on him, so,
So
that
they never
rub
go away.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh.
Yes.
So
I love how he endeared himself to
I
us so
know.
easily. We were like,
took some kids. That's all
Yeah.
it took. But yeah, ship processed the fuel, so you're able to go back into jump space for the 2 sector jump. Which during that week, that does finally officially put you in Crimson Syndicate territory.
bum, bum, bum.
What confuses me is that seemed like William Sinclair's actual office.
I think you're right.
Why did he destroy his main city and his office?
Doesn't seem like he needed it anymore.
And
good
was that
point.
whole planetary attack just to go to us? I don't understand his motives.
Well, if it was his office, there was probably some files and things in there, heavily encrypted, and would have been a waste of time to try to get. But
I would say super D duper D. Super D.
Super D duper encrypted.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were decrypting things.
Right, you have 2 hard drives from the building.
So the ship deconfiguring, like the stuff that's been decompiling this whole time. So it's more of like where the ship has been beforehand, like the Stadia Arcadia stuff.
Yeah.
So that also is kind of there. So it's all still a lot of boring stuff, but you do see that William Sinclair has been on the ship a lot. Like you're getting a lot more dossiers and rosters, but it's like through the years.
Sure.
So he is like, this ship may have been his home base. It could have been his own personal vessel. He is, because there was like a ranking thing, because it's not like a military ship, so there isn't like a structure like that. But he has been on the ship a ton. And like Michael said before, Michael knew him from like 100 years ago.
Right, I was like, he's the one who's old as balls, like Michael. Yes.
So like, there's
Michael is a vampire.
How far back do these records go? Like, how old is the?
I mean, they're going back up over 100 years now. That the records you're getting. So clearly, there is still something that hasn't decompiled yet. What you're getting off your hard drives, though, they're still taking some time to decompile, but they are a lot of information, a lot of classified stuff. Like it's now telling you the different retroviruses they're using and different parasites. It tells you that those Komodo dragon lizard ape things, their designation has basically been is hunters.
Okay.
Is their official designation on that, which I've said several times because that's what I based them off of.
Wait a minute. There's information on like their actual chemical makeup on this?
These are from the hard drives from the
planet.
building.
From the planet.
Yeah.
Right. There's actual information on like their biomake here.
To an extent. I mean, it's not all of it, and it's not completely decrypted yet, so there's not a whole lot to go off of, but it's like a list of like photo, monster name, photo, monster name.
Oh, okay.
So there's like stuff you haven't seen yet is popping up.
No chemical makeup or anything.
Not yet. It's probably in there.
Okay. Because I was going to say, like,
there yet.
we should
Send him to William Steinman.
send it to William Steinman. And also, maybe for you, if you and HK can team up because he can fabricate weapons, if you can build a bio weapon that can be super effective against.
I mean, an anti-BOW weapon.
Basically.
Yeah. Like,
We can try.
that could be interesting. If you combine what's decrypted files with the samples that we've gotten to understand what they're weak
It's
to.
a good idea.
Probably by the next jump you finish up, you'll have that information. Where you guys come out of jump space at, there's another convenient gas giant. So you're able to scoop that up, no problem there, and start the processing. And there is an inhabited planet. And then you recognize there is a ship signal down below on the planet of the SS Kilroy.
Oh.
Did they say they were going to Syndicate territory?
They did. They were on their own mission, though.
Right.
Because the Skyhammer took you guys to a specific spot. You guys went your own ways, but remember, you guys are now a month behind, or you're a couple weeks behind now.
Right.
Schedule, because you had to go back and then you had to go forward. And go forward again.
Dude, the sky.
So
Do you want me to hail him, Commander?
Yes.
There are buds.
Yeah. Send the signal down.
yeah, so you send the hail out, and you get a very hushed response from Michael back saying, "Not right now," and then the communication cuts out.
Oh,
I suppose they're deep undercover.
Right now.
Yeah. We'll trust that.
Yep.
Let's trust that.
Yeah. Should we try? Should we just stay in orbit for a while and wait for them to contact us?
I kind of feel like we're a little obvious there. I wanna like pull a Millennium Falcon and go hide on the side of a moon or something.
That's not a bad idea.
Like I feel like we're too
We'll
obvious.
give them a little
Yeah.
bit of time to reach out to us. If we don't hear anything, then we'll head down planet side and investigate. What do you think?
No, that's a good idea. But I also agree that we're a little too obvious. Is there any way that
There's
we
a couple moons you could hide. There's like an asteroid belt you can
Yeah,
hide
can we
in.
go
Okay.
hide? Because
I was like,
do
we don't
that.
have to hide.
if this
be
was William
by the
Sinclair's
planet
like,
either.
space yacht and everyone's knows it, like
That's true. That's very true.
that's funny.
Yeah,
Space yacht.
there's an
It's a
asteroid
planet.
belt you can hide in. That'll definitely, an asteroid belt's, unlike what they show in Star Wars, they're actually not that close together.
Right.
They're actually
No.
miles apart from each other. So, yeah, you can find a good sized asteroid to kind of set down on and watch the world rotate, basically.
That's cool.
Is the asteroid like warm and squishy on the inside?
Ew.
Well, that wasn't the
No.
asteroid. That
No,
was
that
was the oven mitt.
Yep.
The worm.
That was
No.
Meg.
Yeah. No, you're just on the side of it, so
Okay.
you're not like in the asteroid or anything like that.
Right.
And about 25 minutes later, your communications go off, and then
Okay.
it is Michael saying, "Sorry about that. Didn't expect you guys. I thought you guys were already gone. So sorry about that. What's up?"
No worries. We just made it to the system and wanted to let you guys know we were here.
It took you guys weren't even supposed to be here anymore. I figured you guys would have been further into the territory by now.
We got a little sidetracked. There's a whole planet full of zombies.
Oh,
There was a few survivors that we were able to help and rescue, and also we found Sinclair's old office building where he trapped us inside in a death match with a terrifying monster creature.
yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like him. Well,
Yeah, figured you wouldn't be surprised.
seems like you guys made it out, though. That's exciting.
We did, and we have a new companion.
Oh, you guys seem to like picking those up.
What can we say? We're friendly.
Yeah, it works out well for you guys. It's all that matters at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you guys can come down here if you want, or I can meet you guys wherever you are, and we can link up from there. You guys should be okay with your ship. I don't think anyone's gonna care about the vessel because you're still pretty much on the edge of the territory, and I think it looks different enough that you shouldn't have a problem.
Sure. What was the reason for the hush hush before? What was going on?
It's in a meeting with some potential leads.
Okay.
So I forgot to turn my phone off. 'Cause I didn't expect to get a call. So
Yeah, that happens.
yeah. So either way is fine by me though.
Oh.
I guess we're safe to clear to land if he says
Yeah, let's
so.
land planet side.
I do think we should start looking into maybe upgrading our ship. I wish there was some sort of camouflage or something we could do, but I'm not sure we
Worth
have the
looking into.
credits for that. We
Like
might
an
need to do some more
invisibility
jobs.
cloak.
The good news is you guys are now outside of civilized space.
Black
We get
market.
laser weapons.
We already get those in the ship, but personal
Oh.
weapons,
Yeah.
yes, you could probably start getting those now.
Cool.
So you guys are able to land, and you see the Kilroy where it's landed at, and you can see Michael just kind of sitting on the top of the ship, drinking a beer.
Even though he
Nice.
can't get drunk.
Yeah, even if he gets drunk, he likes the taste.
That's fair.
But you do notice, kind of, that he's got a really just cool looking sword on his belt now, or on his back actually. The sheath is like gilded.
Ooh.
The handle's like really cool and ornate looking.
Squid looks at that, looks at the commander's sword, looks at Astrid's sword, looks at Trevor's sword.
Oh no.
Say
We gotta
something,
get
Squid.
swords.
Yeah.
I like my stunner, thank you.
Oh, well, I'll have to get one.
Swords
I've been
are
training.
fun.
I've been training. Commanders taught me a lot.
So, yeah, Michael sees your guys' ship, and he doesn't jump down for the tip. It's a huge drop, even for him, but he kind of goes through a hatch in the roof of it. And as you guys are landing, you see him kind of come back. He comes out through the back cargo bay with the sword still on his back. And he walks over to where you guys are, still drinking his space Coors.
Space Course.
And he's like, "Hey guys, been a little while.
Yeah. Good to see you.
How you been?
See you guys soon." We've been okay. We got a little sidetracked. Side note: I think magic might be real.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
So that was odd. But I got this cool sword though.
Is the sword magic?
I don't think so. But
Yes.
a strange man traded it to me for a gun, so I just took the deal. It's a cool looking sword. I got some technology put into it though. So
What makes you think magic
Yeah,
might
we
be
need
real?
to. We can't just gloss over that.
Is this like a was it the Two of Hearts kind of magic, or is this something bigger?
I saw a guy, I saw a person pull a bird out of nothing. And I saw a guy electrocute something. It was weird. It's a lot to process. Oren got arrested.
What?
He's fine. He's in the ship now. But
Was this happening on a planet?
yeah, it was on our way here. We had to hire some people to help us out to try and blend in with the locals. I don't think I did a very good job, though, because I don't know how to handle myself on uncivilized or undeveloped planets. But we got him out legally because I didn't want to cause too much of a stir. But it was strange. But, that's all water under the bridge there. No, I was getting some leads to find out using my very independent status as a bounty hunter. Fun fact, there are underworld bounties out for William Sinclair.
Huh.
So
That
I
makes
was
sense.
using, they're not legal bounties though, of course, but there are underworld bounties. So even the underworld is not super thrilled about what he's doing because if he succeeds, there's no more underworld. So they kind of want him dead too. Fortunately, underworld bounties are dead or alive, not just alive. So it's the full payment no matter what, as long as you can provide proof.
Really?
So yeah, so I was working some leads that I might have. I think I've got a good idea on where he's going to be.
Oh.
But
Can he be killed?
sure, I mean, even I can be killed. I'm durable, but I can still die.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, I can still die.
That's fair.
So yeah.
I can't imagine you wanting to test that theory.
I got close a few times, but that was testing purposes, not me trying to do it on my own.
Gotcha.
But so I mean, I've got some leads. I got a few different ways where this can work out. If you want, I can share them to you. We can pick which way we want to go. We'll pretty much have to go our separate ways from there. But
Sounds good. Oh, you should meet Trevor.
oh yes, your new friend.
Yeah.
So Trevor comes out and he greets Michael. Absolutely no familiarity between the two of them.
Yeah.
They just shake hands and say, "Hey, what's up? Cool sword."
Yeah. Cool sword, bro.
And
I love it when the NPCs talk to each other.
yeah,
It's great.
it's a great time. And Trevor's like, "I'm gonna go do some exploring for a little bit. See you, dudes." And he leaves to go explore. And so Michael's still just here, and he gives you the directions. It's basically kind of like how it's been, like the same thing with the Skyhammer, where it led to this planet here, but now it's branching off a few different ways, kind of leading to the middle of this territory. It's two separate planets. Basically, do you want planet A or planet B?
What does he know about?
They're both relatively, they're outer rim planets. They're not super developed.
Are they syndicate controlled and occupied, or are they just
They're
in
both
their territory?
No, they're both occupied. They're controlled by it. This planet is too. But they're far enough away from the epicenter that you guys are fine for a little bit at least until someone higher up comes a knocking.
Gotcha.
Or someone fucks up and says the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the right thing to the wrong person.
Right.
But yeah, they're about, you guys have a jump 2 ship, so it'll take you about 2 jumps to get there. And then you'll basically, one of us will be on the doorstep. I'm more than happy to keep a communication open with you when we get there. And then if it turns out we're on the right spot, you just come to us. And then hopefully nothing bad happens in the week it takes for you to get there.
Makes sense.
And vice versa. Hopefully nothing bad happens in the week it takes for us to get there. So more than willing to lend you a hand on that. But yeah, he gives you that information there, and he's like, yeah, you guys should be able to at least get some less civilized gear out here. Less
less.
legal guild gear. So if you're wanting to maybe get some energy weapons, you can.
I would love an energy weapon.
Same.
Okay. So we'll say, just for the sake of expediency, because shopping is horrifically boring in these kind of things.
Sure.
You'll be able to buy some stuff. Just look at the books on your own time, and then just kind of pick a thing, and I'll be able to read the weapons of mass destruction. Anything with 2D in its damage, you do not get, like double D damage. You don't get that. because that's destructive
Dang,
damage.
no-
That's when you multiply it by 10.
No pocket nukes.
Shoot.
So that's when,
Yeah, those are cool.
yeah. So that's when you would just roll 1 die and multiply the result by 10, or 2 dice and multiply it by 10.
Oh my
Sounds
god.
Yeah, you can do up to 120 damage with a destructive die weapon usually.
Jeez.
That's
So those are not going to be allowed, but
The energy weapon.
energy weapons will be allowed. So
So-
you'll be able to look at that later.
And on the trip here, one of the things that Squid would have been working on is starting to craft a program that works with the intelligent interface to identify threatening posture. The idea being is that those things keep trying to punch at us and like stab us with various body parts.
Yeah.
So the idea being like once it's complete, it'll be easier to avoid being hit because the software will be able to detect what direction attacks are coming from.
Yeah, make a computer education roll.
It's not going well.
No, it's not. But you got the groundwork laid out, so that's the important part.
I'll give you a total.
Yeah.
So computer. Where is my? Oh, it's.
Is it an electric?
Oh, it is in electronics. Okay, so it's a 7.
Okay, I mean you get the groundwork laid out. It's going to take a really long time to
No,
get it figured
sorry,
out,
5.
but okay, so it's going to take even longer to get that figured out. But you got the groundwork going, so you'll be able to try again in a week or so.
Cool.
So yeah, you guys will be able to pick your laser weapons and all that stuff out, and we'll just handle that
Yeah.
off screen essentially. But yeah, so you guys are able to buy your illegal handheld energy weapons. Now
It's not illegal out here.
just got to make sure you hide them somewhere on the ship if you get boarded.
I was gonna say when we
When
get
you
back
get
in.
back
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So keep that in mind though, because it is energy weapons. Your current specialties will not apply to those, so your rolls will be a little worse. Typically, the damage is a little bit better with an energy weapon though, but you have a lot of experience points to spend, so you'll be able to rank up to use energy weapons in a little bit here. So are you guys picking Planet A or Planet B?
Do we know anything about them?
Did we get
They're
descriptions?
very similar from the information Michael was able to get. They're both Tatooine-ish.
Okay.
So there's definitely places to be and places to go, but they're not like the plants you've been going to where it's like high-rise buildings and
Sure.
all that kind of stuff. It's definitely on the lower high tech with a lower tech edge, basically.
My proposition to you guys, whichever one is easier to hide, since our ship is a little more identifiable.
Probably Planet B then, I would say.
What do you guys think?
Well, I see maybe an even and odd roll just happened over there.
Yes, and I was like maybe A, but it doesn't really matter.
Oh, well, let's go A. don't
I
care.
was feeling Planet
No, I
B
like
too.
that thinking though of like if B is more out of the way, a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm
Subtle.
good with that. That
We
was
need every edge we can get if
Yep.
this is this magical ship everyone wants.
Mhm.
let's do B.
So we said fourth for Planet B.
Yes. So that will he gives you the coordinates there. And then you guys are back in jump space once again for your week. And you get another nice dinner from AI Fieri.
Yes.
Because he's realizing where you guys are going and he's wanting to it's the last day before jump ends. So your food choices, that's not a dessert.
Asparagus.
That's what it isn't.
I'll tell you what it is in a second. So your starters, you have lobster bisque,
Ooh.
Yes.
beef carpaccio,
Ooh.
or a goat cheese and fig crostini,
Oh man.
that
That actually sounds the best.
or your sampler platter, of course.
Are
of
we
a little
getting
bit of
last
all of them.
meal?
Yeah, this feels like a last meal.
You get now for your main course, you have filet mignon with truffle butter,
We are getting last meal.
Lord.
seared scallops with lemon risotto, or an eggplant parmesan stack.
Okay.
All
A
three.
stack?
And this is where it gets a little weird. Creme brulee is your dessert,
Oh, easy.
chocolate souffle, or a cheese plate.
No, that's a dessert. That's a dessert. Yes.
It's a selection of fine cheeses with nuts, dried fruits, and honeycomb.
Yes, that's
paired
very
with
popular
artisan
in France.
crackers.
Yes.
Charcuterie.
A little
They'll do like a cheese
savory.
dessert. Yeah.
So that
That's
is your,
interesting.
But creme brulee though.
I want all of those things.
Yeah,
you can
that's
take a
stacked
smattering of
menu.
each.
Yes, I would like the taster's course where we get everything, but just a little bit.
Genuinely feel
doesn't.
like he doesn't think we're gonna survive this.
Yeah. Filet mignon.
I wish our chef robot had more faith in us.
Right?
I mean, but if he's right, then this was the right call. So
Yep.
It was so good. Let's do it again when we leave.
I will be doing mandatory physicals for everyone. So
Oh yeah, everyone heal.
Yes.
You guys
Oh,
are
yeah, that
healed
part.
up.
Yes,
I'm
I
at
did do that.
one endurance.
No, you're at full endurance.
Yeah, you guys are perfectly fine now. 'Cause
But
it's
watch
been like
the cholesterol.
It's been like a month. So even I recover quicker than that. And
Yeah.
I'm falling apart. But
Aren't we all?
so yeah, you guys finish up your not last meal, and
totally.
you come out of jump space. There's again the convenient gas giant. You scoop up the fuel. It's processing for your inevitable trip out of this place. And as you are approaching the planet, at first everything seems fine. Like it is exactly as described. It's very deserty looking, very Tatooine-ish for the mind's eye to kind of envision that. But you see, kind of coming over, not the horizon, but from the other side of the planet, a massive battleship. Which weirdly enough, the sensors on the Cosmic Orca kind of activated that, and it zeroes in on that ship. And the name of the ship does come up on the display, and it is the Stadia Arcadia.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Billy's ship.
Billy's ship? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh no.
So, if anyone would like to send a the communication to the space police,
The space police know that
We found him.
it was Planet B all along.
they're like, "We'll see you in a week. Hold out, my friends."
Yeah. Buckle up.
And
Can Michael tell the Skyhammer too?
we're gonna get to that in a moment.
Okay.
But yeah, still send a communication off.
Oh my gosh, is the
But,
Skyhammer working
So,
for them?
so that's also when your ship automatically scans the Arcadium, your red alerts go off as well. So the sirens, the klaxons start going off and everything like that. And you can tell that the big ship, the Arcadia, is approaching you guys
What?
because it is apparently locked
It's
in as
aware?
well. And you get the standard, gruff message coming through. It's like, stand down, lower your weapons, and prepare to be boarded.
Oh boy. Oh, Billy.
But then after that message goes through, that's when your ship's sensors start to give the display of weapons locked. Weapons are locking on. And then who's in the pilot seat? Who would have jumped to the pilot seat?
One of us.
I mean,
probably.
yeah.
Sometimes I do it when we're gonna fight though, because you two can do guns. So I jumped in the pilot
Yeah.
seat.
Okay.
If we need to jump, let me know.
I know. Yeah. We can. Well, we can outrun this.
I mean, it's a giant.
If we jump,
destroyer.
we can jump. They don't necessarily have to know where we're going if we need to get away.
Okay.
Yeah, you can plot a course. I'll let that just happen behind
Okay.
the scenes. You have enough time to prepare for that. So I guess you guys would go on the guns.
Yes, I'm in the turret.
So am
I don't
I.
think we can win against
No.
this. This thing is massive.
No, we're not gonna win against this battleship.
It's going to be very important for what's about to happen, though, because a couple of missiles come out of the ship and they start flying towards you.
Right now.
So this is where
You
being
can
the gunner is
hotshot
very
missiles
useful.
down.
So yes, if you'd like to go ahead and make a quick gunner dex roll,
Yeah.
shoot some rackets down. Oh yeah, you made it.
9,
You both made
10.
it.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Yeah, you shot your rockets down. Which if a ship had like a face, like you would feel it frowning like in frustration.
Like,
Yeah, that you just shot down. I mean, there's just some good. I mean, the explosions, as little as they were in space,
Don't
I mean, they were still a good size.
Hole? Why are they shooting at
Well, you
us?
can see like an EMP kind of surge come out of it.
They were.
And the beauty of it is, though, is that laser weapons, I mean, even though they are quick, they do still take time to traverse through space. Because at that point, that is when like a dozen laser blasts,
Jeez.
low powered, you can tell from your naval experience, Caelin, that they are not like full powered.
Yeah.
These are definitely
They're
just
not going
being
to blow
shot
us
at.
up.
Yeah. But it is at that moment, as those lasers are kind of closing the gap, go ahead and make a pilot dex roll for me,
Do I
Aster.
need to do anything with the maneuver drive?
Depends.
9.
No.
Damn.
So you're
Excellent
getting yourself
piloting.
into in a good piloting position there. But before anything happens with that, another very large ship intercepts the shots. And yes,
It's a mall.
the Skyhammer,
it's a bird. It's a mall.
the
Skyhammer.
Yes. This is pretty much what happens. Yes, the Skyhammer intercepts the low power blasts. And a very familiar voice to all of you, but one person especially. We'll plow the road for you guys. You guys get in there.
Thanks for showing up.
And then, Caelin, you are salivating at what you are witnessing
Oh, I
right
know.
now.
This giant capital ship.
These two huge capital ships are now shooting at each other.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Don't stand up for a while, but and Aster, I would like for you to go ahead and make another pilot dex roll. Go ahead and do your engineer maneuver drive roll as
Okay.
well.
6.
Is that education or an
Education.
okay. 6?
Yeah, we'll make that a 12 with both of you together. So you are both able to maneuver beautifully. You're weaving through missiles and laser blasts and everything else. And go ahead and do a hacking roll for me,
Sure.
computer education. You're going to get all your bonuses from Nelly and everything.
Nice. 14.
Beautiful. You are able to hack open a hangar bay door.
Get in there.
And because of how you're able to do it, because that's an exceptional success that I have for you there, you are able to disable the force field, and
Well,
you
that
just and then you see a bunch of dudes just kind of flying out
Vacuum.
from inside the cargo bay, or for this landing bay you were in. So you've emptied it out.
I think we're clear to land.
Yeah.
Thread that needle.
So yeah,
Aster.
you slide the ship right in there, and yeah, you guys land inside the Stadia Arcadium.